Carole Radziwill and Bethenny Frankel may have left the Real Housewives of New York City years ago, but their feud clearly hasn't disappeared. Now, with Radziwill preparing to return to RHONY, one small social media interaction has once again put the former friends in the spotlight. On Saturday, August 15th, Radziwill, 62, liked a TikTok from influencer and comedian Meredith Lynch criticizing Frankel, 55, and questioning whether the reality star's latest business venture represents the new direction she needs. Lynch's comments centered on Frankel's supermodel cafe, which recently launched in the Hamptons. According to Lynch, Frankel's most successful business has historically been Skinny Girl, but changing cultural attitudes around the word skinny could make that branding less effective today. The only thing that's been a bit of a solid moneymaker for Bethenny, and by the way, not even as good of a moneymaker as she pretends it to be, is Skinny Girl, Lynch alleged in the video. And unfortunately for Bethenny, but fortunately for society, we have moved away from this sort of marketing. This is a skinny whatever. Bethenny is smart enough to know that the culture has gone in such a way that we don't want things like Skinny Girl. Lynch then suggested that Supermodel Cafe could be more than just a restaurant. She described it as easily transitional branding and pointed to trademark applications connected to the supermodel name for products including pizza and cheesecake. She's going to try to make it her new brand. I'm not sure if it's going to take off, Lynch said. Us reached out to representatives for both women for comment. The significance of Radziwill's social media interaction goes beyond a single TikTok, because her history with Frankel is one of RHONY's most memorable friendships turned feuds. The pair were once genuinely close during their time on the show. That changed during season 10 in 2018, when their friendship deteriorated and eventually erupted into a confrontation at the reunion. During that reunion, Radziwill famously accused host Andy Cohen of being full of shit, while arguing that he appeared to be siding with Frankel. Radziwill left RHONY after that contentious season. Frankel followed the next year. But leaving the series did not end their public disagreements. Their names have continued to intersect over the years, including in February, when Frankel addressed Radziwill after the former RHONY star was mentioned in connection with the Epstein files. Documents released by the Justice Department earlier this year included emails exchanged between Radziwill and Jeffrey Epstein's former girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell. Maxwell, 64, was sentenced to 20 years in prison in June 2022 after being convicted on sex trafficking-related charges. Frankel subsequently commented on Radziwill's connection to Maxwell. What I do know is that Carole has been friendly with many notable women, Frankel said via Instagram in February. She also alleged that Carole has taken many opportunities to swipe at me, dig at me, speak negatively about me in a post-RHONY world. Frankel added, "In a post-show world, she has certainly gone for it, and I'm not going to do the same," Frankel argued. "It's not my business." Radziwill, for her part, has denied having any actual involvement with Epstein or knowing about his crimes. In September 2025, she addressed questions about Maxwell on X after a user asked whether Maxwell had been the photographer for Radziwill's memoir, What Remains, a memoir of fate, friendship, and love. "I knew her socially, and she had a real camera. It was 2004, no one carried cameras. Anyway, I'd had a pro photo shoot, but the pics were bad," the RHONY alum wrote. "I asked her if she'd take the picture, and she said sure. In hindsight, was it odd she had a camera? I guess, but who knew?" Another ex-user questioned how Radziwill and others who had been in Maxwell's social circle could have been unaware of Epstein's crimes. Radziwill responded, "Sure, rich men, creepy people. Obvious the men who were involved knew. I'm saying the social party friends, especially us girls. We didn't know. When people are doing bad, they hide it well. It's f***ing creepy," Carole countered. "The rich people I know are kind and decent. But apparently no one knew anything about her, except, I guess, for the FBI. They should release their report. It's awful. It's so dark, no? Better left to authorities." Then in March, Radziwill reflected on her former acquaintance with Maxwell, saying, "Imagine knowing someone, and even being friendly with them, and then they turn out to be like a monster." While the former RHONY stars remain publicly at odds, Frankel has also been dealing with attention surrounding her newest business venture. Her supermodel cafe in East Quogue, New York, reportedly received a stop work warning just hours after opening. Frankel's spokesperson emphasized that the notice was connected to the unusually large turnout on launch day rather than requiring the cafe to shut down. Today's supermodel cafe launch drew an extraordinary turnout, and we are incredibly grateful for the overwhelming support from the community, a rep for Frankel told us in a statement on Thursday, August 13th. The cafe received a yellow notice labeled Warning Stop Work Order following concerns surrounding the unusually high volume of launch day attendees. The spokesperson continued, "The team is working cooperatively with local officials and taking the appropriate steps to address those concerns. The notice does not require the cafe to close, and there is no anticipated disruption to business." For now, the supermodel cafe is adding a new chapter to Frankel's evolving business career, while Radzivill's return to RHONY brings their long-running history back into the conversation. Radziwill is set to return for Season 16 of The Real Housewives of New York City, premiering on Bravo September 8th. And considering how much history exists between these two former friends, even a simple TikTok like can carry considerably more weight than it might seem. If you or someone you know has been sexually assaulted or affected by sexual violence, seek support from a qualified local service or emergency provider.